Hey guys, Metrono Ironin here. Welcome to my top 10 most terrible places of all time. If you haven't seen it already, check out in the description my top 10 best places of all time. And here's a few short notices before we start getting to this list. I have played all of these games on this list. I've played them fairly, I've played them well, so you cannot say that I just didn't give the games a fair chance. Because I spent a few hours into each and every one of these games. So that's just to let you know that I am being completely honest, and I'm treating every game that's listed on here fairly and equally. Alright, let's go to number 10. Number 10 is Animation Lab by 2Marty. Alright, so I don't completely hate this game. I just hate a major portion of it. Although I love that it introduces joints and stuff, and it's got realistic animations and stuff. That's what I like about the game. There is only one thing about this game that just scares me away from ever liking this game. Well, I've liked it, but that's only you can see on the screen that I've liked it, but that's only because, like, I've only liked it because of the joints and stuff. The only thing that pushes me away from this game is the many microtransactions there are on this game. If you look in the store, you can see that I bought one of them because I was stupid back then. You can see that there are many passes for the game, and there's even one saying, "Oh my God, hacks," which is like 13,337 cash. Like, who would want to spend on that? Anyways, it's actually a terrible way to make profit. Just showing your creativity just to make a profit. Well, actually, that kind of sounds hypocritical, but still, that's kind of terrible to not let everyone see your creations without them paying money. Alright, let's move on to number 9. Number 9 is Bunny Island. Again, same with Animations Labs. I still kind of like this game, but there is just one thing that scares me away from liking this game. Well, there's actually two things, but the second one isn't really that much of a big deal. But although this game has, like, insanely creative rides and all that good stuff, like an ordinary role-playing game and all that stuff, one thing that scares me away from this game is its looks. The looks are insanely childish. And it's not the good kind of childish. Like, usually Roblox is meant for, like, kids that, like, the big kids, the tweens, and the teens, right? Well, when I look at the style of art in this game, I just feel like it's meant for people that are really young, like 5-year-olds and stuff. And that's not what Roblox really is meant for. It's meant for people who are, like, 8 years old. Like, that's the youngest, I believe. Anyways, the childish looks just makes me run away. I have a second reason why I hate this, but this really doesn't help support my argument. It's just the uniforms. I don't like games that make you wear uniforms in general, because it kind of destroys the creativity of your own looks and stuff. It may be to an advantage for some people who, like, really can't afford stuff, but it just does not work with me. Alright, let's go to number 8. Number 8. Technically, you can't really have a specific name for this, because this guy keeps changing the obbies every now and then. But it's all of Platinum Falls is this place of Platinum Falls that I do not like. So So right now it's currently Escape Prison Obby, but I bet in a few days or so he's gonna change it to something else. The reason why he earns his spot is mainly because he uses bait and switch to his obbies. Like, although he changes it to something new every now and then, which is probably something good, but then he starts to run out of new ideas, and then he just starts to switch to the same old boring obbies that he has had before. And since it gets repetitive and people get tricked into playing this game over and over again, that's why this game has earned its spot. Anyways, let's go to the next game. Oh, number 7. Oh boy, that's so original. It's definitely not ripping off of Gmod. Anyways, that's actually one of the reasons why I hate it, but there's a few other reasons. Actually the biggest reason why, other than the ripping off of Gmod, is because gameplay is kinda unfair. Because, like, in the original prop hunt, which is in Gmod, if you shoot a prop that's not a person, you lose health. This game does not have that concept, so people could just randomly shoot props, and then they eventually find the legitimate, like, people props really easily, and that just ruins the fun of the game. And sometimes people just find you right away, even though you are, like, totally masked in with the environment, and it's not obvious. Like, what the hell? I've played this game for a few hours, and I decided to put this one on the list because I do not like this game. Maybe if you could introduce that concept where you lose health when you shoot a prop that's not somebody, then maybe I'll consider taking my words back. Let's move on to the next game. Number 6 is Natural Disaster Survival. A lot of people who are new to Roblox are gonna freaking yell at me for putting this one on the list. The reason why, there are 2 major reasons why I do not like this game. Oh, the game is by Stickmaster Luke. Why does he keep changing his username? Anyways, one out of 2 reasons is because, well, it has to do with the double disasters that are in this game. When there's 2 disasters, you know, some of those combinations are nearly impossible to survive. Even if you were to buy the balloon and the apple, you would not be able to survive some of them, and that's just what, I just hope he kind of, like, makes it so that way it doesn't do this, and maybe I'll take that reason back. But the other reason is that, well, I think you know, is that this game is filled, and I literally mean filled, with noobs. Like, new people who, like, come to Roblox, they would probably play this game a lot. I'm not kidding. And if you were, like, a veteran or something, like, as good looking as I am, I don't want to compliment myself too much, they would, like, it's like they would drool and then just, like, consider you, like, their idol or some crap. And because most of them can't have potty mouths. Yeah. Anyways, to the next game. Alright, at number 5, we got the Roblox Plague by the New Fissy. There's actually the reason why I put this game on here is mostly because the gameplay in this is really unfair. It's like Blox Hunt. It's really unfair, except it's unfair to both sides instead of just one particular side. One of these unfair things is that when you're infected, you drop a pool of some infected stuff like you see at the floor in that logo. Like that actually just makes it a lot easier, and it's just all that it really shows is that you really don't need skill in order to win. If you could just get rid of that, that would be nice. But it's unfair for the infected because there are certain maps that have a ton of hiding spots. And if you're the only one who's infected trying to look for people in all of these spots, you're going to find it very hard to at least infect one person, and you will probably only be able to infect that one person, like, when it's near the end of the round. That's why, yeah, so I'm considering some of the concepts of this game as rigged. So if he has just some way to fix this, then I would probably thumbs this game up and probably leave it a favorite. But anyways, moving on to the next one. Number 4, Cube Eat Cuba. By the same author, by the same person who made Survival Island or whatever. I already forget the names. And here's a quick disclaimer before I explain. Most of my explanation, I do not put this place on the list because I rage quit like a baby. Okay, probably a little bit, but that is not the main reason why. But, okay, so we're gonna do this a very logical way. The reason why I do not like this game is because it is a ripoff of Agario, which is a game I play. I've played this game a decent amount of times, and, like I just randomly die. Some parts of the map, like, once you get super big, like, some parts of the map, like, you can't go there anymore. That's good for some reasons, but I just hope he removes the freaking trees on the map. The trees are what really makes me mad, because, like, once you get big, that you kind of get stuck in this, like, confined area because you can't move around because of the trees. If you get rid of the trees, please, that would be nice, but it still wouldn't prevent you from getting off of this list, though, because here's another good reason why this is on here. Agario is a free game. You don't need to download anything to play Agario. You need to install Roblox in order to play. And another reason is because there are freaking microtransactions. There are no microtransactions in Agario. So I'm considering this is just a ripoff of Agario that is just made for, like, cheap profit. Like, that's just not okay. Yes, so I'd rather prefer the original Agario over this game, for many different reasons. Alright, so let's get moving to the next one. Number 3, you guys are gonna hate me on this one. You're gonna hate me. Miner's Haven. Yes, many people actually enjoy this game. I should actually turn that thumbs up to a thumbs down, but that's only because I thumbsed it up, like, when I first, played the game. There is a really good reason why this is on the list. The reason why this is on the list is because this is just basically almost an idle game. This is like an idle game. And idle games are not really good on Roblox, just so you know, because Roblox will kick you off will make you lose connection if you, stay idle for too long. This is kind of an idle game, and, like, when I feel like I'm just at a point where I really don't feel like I'm making progress, I just want to reset. Oh, but good news! You have to get a certain amount of money to go in your new life. Like, what the hell? that's just not fair. It's like you made me get stuck into an endless pit of I just can't go anywhere. That just makes me disappointed. A lot of my friends love Miners Haven, especially one of my friend's brother loves this game, but I'm sorry, but I am just not a huge fan of this game. Maybe if you were to not make it like an idle game, I would probably be still playing this and recording gameplay. But anyways, alright, from number 2 and beyond, I may get some unfair reasoning, so you can blame me for that. Alright, so moving on to number 2. Number 2, Catalog Heaven by Saranock. Probably a lot of you were probably expecting for this one to be on the list. Because you will always see that same goddamn noob who just uses a speed potion and the Dark Age nunchucks. Or you get to see that noob who uses the epic katana and zooms around across the map and just kills people in an instant. Or they just use that Artemis bow for sniping and crap. Anyways, this game is just not fun to play anymore because the community is awfully terrible in this game. There are some things I like about Catalog Heaven though, I just use it to test looks and stuff. But when it comes to testing gear, I wouldn't test it here. Alright, moving on to number 1. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm showing number 1. Number 1, Twisted Murderer. Where do I even start? Oh my gosh. I think this is probably self-explanatory of why this game is so terrible. And yet this game is the guy who made this game is making profit. That just brings me to tears to see that an unoriginal game developer just makes an unoriginal game, but a lot of detail in it, of course, and then just have an unfair community, expensive game passes, yet you make a crap ton of money out of it. That's just screwed up. And yes, I did record gameplay of this, I hate myself for liking this game, for buying the crap from this stupid game. I just don't... And there are many other reasons. Teaming, the unfair weapons in the store, the microtransactions, the freaking music that people play. Almost everything about this game is wrong. It's just, no, it's not okay. Oh my god. And sadly this game is popular and it has influenced our culture. And that brings me to tears. Why does a game like this get so damn popular? And, creative games out there in the world, I don't know, storylines like Terra Novus just only get popular on the front page for a week, and then they just don't get popular anymore. Nobody cares about them. Yet people see this game and then they just be oh, this is so fun, I'm gonna be playing it over and over and over again and just waste my money on it. That's not okay. I don't like this. Yes, I'm pointing this out to many other murder games in general, but this one just takes the biscuit. I don't freaking like this game. It just pisses me off to see this is on the front page. Your freaking MLG meme just annoys the crap out of me. And the reason why the possibility that a guy like this exists just makes me want to shoot myself. I'm just sick of seeing this game. Just let this game die, please. Let it die. Oh, I'm sorry. I just had to let all of that out. This game is just terrible. Flat out terrible. Anyways, sorry if I may have judged it unfairly. Not really, because I freaking hate this game. This was my top 10 most terrible places. If you want to see my top 10 best places, a link will be in the description. So I'm not just like all negative and stuff. I actually have interest in games too. There are games I like. It's just that they're much better than this piece of crap. Anyways, this is Metrono Ivernin. Don't play any of these games. Signing out.